All right, y'all, it's the morning of day 5, the Great Divide, day 4 of actually pedaling. Today, I'm gonna try to get to Rampart Campground. I don't know if that's gonna happen. All right, well, let's get to it. Cold water, cool you off. Another 7 miles uphill. Leaving Jasper National Park and heading into Banff National Park. So I just stopped to check my map here because, as mentioned, I don't have a good GPX route that gives me points of interest and things, and we're at Coleman Creek day use area right now and headed to Rampart like what the plan was. And well, apparently we've got like 15-20 kilometers left to get there. We're almost there. I thought we still had to do this, but apparently I already climbed that. Way to go me, I guess. All right, so we made it to Rampart Campground. I mean, cruised here after we left the Discovery Center. I mean, that was just flew here. I want to camp here, but it's less than 20, it's like 18-20 miles to the next campground. It's only 5 o'clock. It'll make the day tomorrow much shorter versus if I stay here tonight, it makes it a longer day. It makes an over 60-mile day likely. So I'm gonna push on. All right, y'all, we're actually gonna make a pit stop. I forgot, Saskatchewan Crossing was coming up. It's the only spot for gas on the entire Icefields Parkway. They also have a restaurant, lodging, and things like that. So I told myself when I came and did this ride that anytime I had the opportunity to eat like more real food than rice and oatmeal and things like that, I'd stop and at least get like a breakfast sandwich or a banana or something. So I'm right here and see what they have to offer. Maybe try to charge a device for a little bit, probably not, because I just want to keep going. We've only ridden about 35 minutes since my last update, and we have already covered over 10 miles. So we're holding strong here, so I had time to do it. Let's see what they offer. So as you can see, Saskatchewan Crossing's got everything you could want: cold drinks, groceries, a cafeteria, a restaurant, lodging, a pub, a quick little place for popcorn. So they got everything. So we got ourselves some coleslaw, but there's one rule that I had for this trip. And that was, if you see pie, you eat the pie. So we're gonna have some blueberry pie and some coleslaw. I know, a weird combination, and then hit the road. camp. Made it to Waterfowl Campground. It is settled, well, Waterfowl Lakes Campground. It's a campground that's settled between two lakes, and then we have this kind of, I don't know, river creek thing that kind of connects the two. We did somewhere around 62 miles today and 3,500 feet, 3,600 feet of climbing. So I'm gonna get cleaned up here and go have some dinner, go to bed, and then we'll get to cranking tomorrow. You know, I'm gonna really miss having water next to my campsite. Not only drinkable water, but like having lakes, streams and stuff next to my campsite at most nights. So assuming I get to the US, that's not gonna be the case. Not only will there be dry camping, but a lot of the camping won't have water, like streams next to it to clean up in, things like that. So I'm taking full advantage of it now. Something else I didn't mention was when I rolled in here to Waterfowl Lakes Campground, a group in a car showed up behind me, asked me how to do the self-registration here, which is very simple. And I then knew it was gonna be a race to see who could get to a campsite. They passed me, I passed them looking around. I finally found campsite 95 here, and then they drove by campsite 95 and I had already taken it. They drove by again, and I finally just stopped them and said, hey y'all, like, you guys can't find a campsite? And they said, no, they're all taken. And I said, well, I'm one person, one tent, small 2-person tent. You know, why don't we just share the campsite? And they were fine with it, so that's what we're doing tonight. It's Malik, I think his partner and their mothers. They're here visiting from the Czech Republic. They have a friend who lives up north of Edmonton, and so they paid a little visit to them, and now they're just spending a week in the Canadian Rockies. It's their first time here. Very nice people. So I'll take the company, because just like the water situation, when we get to the US, it's probably going to be a little bit more desolate, a little bit more lonely out there. So I'll take the company now. All right, y'all, good morning. It's day 6 of the Great Divide mountain bike route, even though we're not actually on the Canadian route yet because of all the equipment failures. But we're on Icefields Parkway still. Today I'm gonna try to head to Lake Louise for a shorter day. It looks to be somewhere around like 45 miles, like 60 kilometers, something like that. Maybe a shorter day, then head into Banff. If I can get there, I can head into Banff the following day, pick some things up, get lunch, and head right out. So I'm just gonna try to get going here. I slept like crap last night. I slept okay for a few hours, and then I just got cold for some reason, even though like it didn't get that cold last night. So I'm gonna get my sleep set up one more time tonight and see how it is, and anything I need to tweak, I'll tweak in Banff, be it, you know, a thicker set of thermals or whatever. So got a belly full of breakfast, we're all packed up, it's time to hit the road. Man, that 4-mile climb out of Waterfowl's Lake Campground took me longer than I thought. That was kind of brutal. All right, so we're at Mosquito Creek campground, having some lunch. I'm gonna get some water here. Got about 27 kilometers left to get to Lake Louise. I think that's somewhere around 15 miles. So it will be a shorter day like I thought, which is needed. Today's the first day where my legs have felt tight. It's Probably because of one, the climbing I've been doing, two, my body just getting conditioned, used to riding every single day. So a cool thing about the Icefields Parkway is all the campgrounds have these cook shelters. It's a space for you to cook your food. They even have a wood burning stove you can use. But it's a way for you to cook your food if you're here with a big group, big family, you're taking up multiple campsites, but you still want to eat together. You come here, you can all eat together and feel a bit more communal. You cannot sleep inside these though. Boy, has it been tempting to just not pitch a tent, rolling late, and crash in here. Just left Banff National Park. Now we're about to get on some really busy roads. It's now open to commercial traffic, but we're only like 2.5 miles from Lake Louise, so I think we can handle it. So the campground and RV area is completely full. The other campground, it's self-register. There may or may not be spots, so I can go there. So I'm gonna try to grab a sandwich or something here. So I made it to Protection Campground. Got here about 6, maybe 6:20. Took me another 40 minutes of riding around and just could not find a campsite. So I finally found the largest small RV site that had the least amount of spot taken up, and I just asked, could I camp in your far right corner? And they said, sure. So tonight I'll be camping with Isaac, Ben, and Holly from Calgary. And they just invited me to play a game of Settlers of Catan, so I'm gonna go whoop up on these Canadians. Dinner was, I'm so excited for dinner tonight. Picked myself up a chicken pot pie and some fruit to go with my rice. Just any chance I get to get a fresh vegetable or fruit, I'm definitely gonna take it. So today ended up not being a shorter day. So we did about 52 miles and 2,400 feet gain. Overall it was a good day. I can't complain. So we're just gonna get tomorrow, ride down to Banff. I'm not sure exactly how far it is. I think it's around 25 miles. So time to get into bed early, since we finally got into camp earlier than we had, and get ready for tomorrow.